You brought up NIL. How well do you think Florida State's set up for NIL?
I think we set up pretty well now. Early on, it was pretty much, what do we do? Who's going to step in the front and do things, and who's going to kind of spearhead this whole new NIL world? Currently, I do think they're doing a lot better. I know there was a lot of smoke around the Amaris Mills recruitment, and when he entered the portal and elected to go back to Georgia. But per my sources, the NIL deal that was laid out for, well, not necessarily deal, but the NIL plan, so to speak, for Mims, if he was to come to FSU, was laid out pretty elaborate to him. They had a really competitive offer in regards to the rest of the country. And, co-host James Coleman, he's doing a really good job with being a voice, so to speak, a former player voice, and helping out the university and getting those funds going for the NIL, for the NIL portion. I know James is doing a lot of really good stuff with it. So in speaking with him and the inside information that he has from the NIL platforms across the university, they're pretty competitive with everyone else. You just have to win ball games too, because like you said, Florida State's been down since 2016. These kids, of course, NIL is a big factor, but when you got NIL on the table from a 10-win program, it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? So if you can factor in the good pub and the good structure where we're going with the NIL and funnel that into an 8-9 win season, then hey, maybe you can start keeping some of those in-state kids in home, because you saw the progress on the field. And going back to the last recruiting class, I don't want to kind of harp on the past, but going back to the last recruiting class, FSU set it really nicely down the stretch for a lot of key players, and there's some tough battles for like a Marvin Jones Jr., so to speak, ended up going to Georgia. When you look at the top 5 of those kids, there's no way in hell, excuse my language, that Florida State should have been even close to those battles. So if you win those games and get 8-9 wins, show some promise on the field, then maybe you can start winning those big battles against Ohio State, Alabama, and Clemson, so to speak.